My name's Imogen Lovell, these are my pyjamas, and this is the 2010 election. The 2010 election has produced startling results, as in the first hung parliament since 1974. After some time negotiating, it was concluded that the UK would be subjected to have a coalition between the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats. Following this, shots of Gordon Brown leaving Number 10 were broadcast. Of course, images of depressed-looking men leading bewildered children out of houses they no longer own would become a common sight under David Cameron. But why did the coalition form between the Liberal Democrats and the Conservatives if the Conservatives and Labour were the first and second party? Well, Labour and the Conservatives had to fight over the Liberal Democrats like divorced parents squabbling over their child's affection in an effort to make the other one feel bad. Before the talks ensued, Clegg had already announced that whoever had the most seats would be the person that the Lib Dems would be negotiating with. Unfortunately, he decided to change the party's manifesto instead of this last statement, though to be honest, it was kind of hard to negotiate with Labour seeing as they gave up halfway through. The resulting coalition is best described by the comedian Stewart Lee, in a scenario in which David Cameron is a farmer and Nick Clegg a prize pig under his arm, grinning away with no idea what's going to happen to it. Actually, in light of certain revealed events, that seems a bit wrong, doesn't it? Meanwhile, Labour was curled up in the corner having a strop and listening to My Chemical Romance. But why? Well, one of the main reasons was that the Lib Dems didn't want to be in a coalition with Labour while it involved Gordon Brown, hence his resignation, particularly after the SNP had tried to join in and make it a threesome, like an awkward guy at a party, getting the wrong idea while sidling up to a hot tub. There were some positives for some parties. For example, Greens won their first ever seat down in Brighton, and Labour, despite skulking off, hadn't lost its votes to the Lib Dems as it had feared. However, when the election concluded, there was no single-party government, and no gains really made for any small parties. The general air was one of disappointment, as if Grandma had just keeled over and died at Christmas dinner, and all of the little kiddies were told it was inappropriate to bring their new Game Boys to her funeral. I suppose the one thing you could say in the coalition's favour is that there was no faffing around. There was no 3 months wait for the government to form as there was in the Netherlands in 2007. Still, the coalition resulted in the Liberal Democrats becoming increasingly unpopular, and it came as no surprise that AV was rejected in the 2011 referendum. And now, for your own personal enjoyment, and because I don't know how to conclude this, here is a lovely picture of Ed Miliband gurning.